This 3rd gen 4runner is highly sought after because it has the factory e-locker. E-lockers are dope. Small issue with it, it doesn't work. So today we're gonna dive into it, figure out why. And then the point of this video for me is gray wire modding it. Please don't quote me on that. I hope that's right. It's been years since I've done this. To make it engage in 2-wheel drive. Now, why would you want to engage it in 2-wheel drive? Well, I love 2-wheel drive challenge. But I love 2-wheel drive challenge, not 1-wheel drive challenge. So I do a lot of crazy off-roading in 2-wheel drive with my e-locker on. So let's go ahead and dive into this, figure out why the e-locker won't work first of all. Once it works, I'll show you how to gray wire mod it. So for those of you that don't know, the factory rear locking diff will only engage if you're in low range. It will not engage in high range. So the first thing you want to do is shift to neutral and push this all the way into low range. Now that we're in low range, we're automatically in 4 and we will press this diff lock button. Now this will blink. A lot of people say they don't work, but they don't actually know how to get them to engage. I can assure you, I've tried to make this engage and it doesn't work. So let me go over how you should get your diff lock to engage. Very simple. You want to pop it in reverse or forward and turn all the way to the left or right. What we're trying to do is get the back wheels to spin at different rates. They need to do that so that the gears can align and the e-locker can pop in. I've been doing this for 10 minutes, driving around my yard, and it will not engage. So something is wrong with the locking diff. Now I have done no research in this, but from where I sit, there's 2 options, the switch or the motor. We got the light blinking over here and we can press the switch and it stops blinking. That is leading me to believe it is the motor. So we need a new one. Well, new. Used. We need a different motor. I happen to have one. So let's go harvest it, change it out, and see if that fixes it. To the normal person, this might look like a camper shell, but this is actually my axle storage. This one right here is our Toyota one we're going for. There's our e-locker motor right there. There's 2 12 mils that hold this in. Maybe you need to take the shield off. I haven't taken off one of these in a hot minute. And there is our motor. So obviously you will also have to disconnect the wiring. We have cut wiring from the junkyard I pulled this axle at. So we'll plug this one in and see if it's spinning. So all the motor has to do is move this gear to the side and that engages the e-locker. So it's a simple mechanism. Let's go pull the other motor off, swap it out. It's super easy, and then we'll see if it works. Got the motor replaced. Let's try this again. Hey, so I looked at the wiring and these 2 wires aren't connected. So that kind of seems like the issue. So I'll just connect these wires. So I ended up just repairing the wiring because my other harness wasn't in good condition. It's a pretty simple process of pulling the pin. You just got to pop the white safety connector, then pull back on this locking tab right here, and the pin slides out. Just as easy to pop one in. And if done right, you will hear a click. That's why I keep my extra harnesses in case I need to harvest any of these pieces. They always save your ass later. Now let's see if it works. Pressing the button now. And we'll put it in. Look at that. Solid light, that means we got a diff lock. We're like on the edge of tipping. Oh. Oh. Now on to the point of this video, the gray wire mod. Super simple. We need to ground the gray wire at the ECU for the e-locker control. So we need access. It is behind the kick panel. We will go ahead and pull this bottom trim piece. And these things should just pull up. Then the kick panel will pull out. Should just pull back on it. Behind the kick panel, we have this computer that is for a 4-wheel drive control. We also have this one up here, this black box for a 4-wheel drive control. I could research it, but I'm just gonna use my memory and say it's that one back there. I used to work on a lot of these and that's just what I remember. So let's pull the black box. So in some cases, the wire isn't gray, but I'll tell you right now, it is this blue one right here in the center. To the left of it, we have the green one, and to the right, we have the white one. So we'll cut this blue one and ground it. Now we want to ground the ECM side, so I will strip back this, and this side will be grounded. Of course, give it a pull test. We're good. Ground it out. I like using this 10mm right here. Loosen it a little bit. Wedge this below it. Give it a little rat-a-tat. Plug your e-locker computer back in. Before we button up any wiring, we're gonna go ahead and test that this works. So let's see if this has worked. So press the e-locker button and look at that. We now have a locked diff in 2-wheel drive. No 4x4 light on over here. See, that's 4. So back to 2. And that is correctly working. Now, why might you want to do this? Well, you can do donuts. You can try to break your rear axle. You can do 2-wheel drive challenge if you're not a I really don't know why you would want to do this. I love it because I just love beating the crap out of my cars 2-wheel drive locked up. I drive drift cars with welded rear ends all the time. I like having the ability to lock my rear end on the fly. I'd say for most of you, a huge thing is you don't always want to be locked up in 4 low. Sometimes you want to be in 4 high. You need a little more speed to get through some mud. So it is really useful to have this gray wire, blue wire mod done. And yeah, mod at your own risk, but for me, it really should be a factory option to lock up your rear end into in 4-wheel high, not just in 4 low. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. As you have noticed, there's a bunch of random 4runner content. As much as I don't really care to make these videos, I need to sell off a bunch of my 4runners for other stuff that I have planned later in the channel, but I'm kind of broke, so I'm doing 4runner content to sell my 4runners. Then we'll be on to other, more exciting stuff. Now it's time for the burnout. Yeah, this thing doesn't want to do a burnout on 33s with stock gearing, so we'll just go do donuts. I'm all scared because I broke a control arm doing that. Oh! 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 Well, I tried. This thing is not geared for this, and it's lifted. So we're gonna quit while we're ahead so I don't have a repeat of last time. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Just in 2-wheel drive with the e-locker. So you guys saw how far we got last time with no e-locker? Let's try no 4x, just e-locker. You'd be surprised what I can outwheel with just an e-locker. Like, look at that. That's the beauty of an e-locker. Look at that, it's not spinning. Oh yeah. Seriously, if you have an e-locker, you pretty much have 4-wheel drive. Yo, this thing's about to roll. Did you see that?
Yeah.